Another Ants on a Rock video. Welcome to the Ant Corner. Just a quick update on my red-headed Messor Barbarus Colony. For those of you that follow my channel, you already know that this colony has had a few issues. But look, we have 2 workers now. So basically, I got them back in December, January time. Well, just a queen. And I've had her in the cupboard ever since. She had a nice batch of eggs and she ate them. And then she did this again and again a few times. And then we got to the point where we had 1 worker. So I put her back in the cupboard and waited for the others to hatch. Next time I looked, that worker was dead. But there was 1 new worker and a brand new batch of eggs. So at this point I decided to add this outworld, giving me the ability to add food and letting them forage at will. The test tube's still half blocked with a cotton wool and it's just been pulled out slightly so that they're still mainly closed up, but they can leave the test tube to collect food. Now Messor Barbarus are the harvester ants, so they collect seeds. At this point, because they have none of the larger majors, it's really important to give them pre-crushed seeds, which is what I'm doing now. They use these seeds to make something called ant bread, and that basically is where they get all of their carbs and most of their protein as well. Although I do still offer them the odd protein. As you can see, there is a couple of fruit flies in here pre-killed already. But the colony's doing really well. As you can see, they now have 2 workers, and I'm not going to have a look inside the test tube because she is so skittish. I don't want her to eat any eggs that are there. But the fact that we now have 2 workers means that it's going well. I do also like to offer them the odd bit of carbohydrates in the form of sugar waters. Normally that ant candy stuff that you can buy, just because I like the ease of it. At this point, again, I would do it on a cotton wool piece and just place it inside for 1 day, maybe a day and a half. I wouldn't leave it very long. And if they want it, they'll have it. But if they don't want it, there's always seeds available. You'll find that they do just collect these seeds and start storing them into the nesting area, which is fine, but you just gotta make sure you don't overfeed them at this point, because you want to leave some room inside the test tube. And you don't really want the seeds germinating if you haven't crushed them properly, which could always be a possibility in a moist environment of the test tube. The test tube I'm using also has a water access point, so I don't even have to change test tubes at any point now. I can just keep her in there and keep topping it up with a pipette, so that's really handy too. And the heat cable is currently off, just so everyone knows. It is set to 26.5 degrees and it is not currently running because we are in quite warm weather. I'm trying to film this, but I don't know if you can really see it. This worker ant is testing the limits of the outworld. Now these outworlds are really cool. I think I got this one off eBay. Everyone has their own little version of the found an outworld and they're really cool and handy. But I did find with my last year's Nigers that they did just squeeze through the little gap that's created. As you'll see, this one is trying in a second. Obviously the Messor Barbarus are larger than the Nigers, so it shouldn't really be an issue, but I'm just going to place a penny on top just to weight it down slightly, just in case they do try and push it up slightly. I don't know, they are quite strong ants. All it really needs is for the lid to lift slightly where the hinge is, and they probably would be able to squeeze out. So just a bit of safety. So just a quick video for you today. As always, see you again, ant fans.